What is up, tubes? You know what gets me? Sipping on some Apothic Dark Red. Got it poured in my Hogwarts copper mug. Our fucking society. PC culture has gotten so bad that people are now literally offended by the idea of PC culture itself. You can't even make jokes. That's the stereotype. Oh, it's 2019. We live in a post joke world. Even if the jokes are clean and pretty tame compared to what they could be, some people would be like, oh, well, I'm offended. So now people are just getting offended for the sake of being offended. And quite frankly, it's irritating. And the reason why I deleted my McJugger Nuggets video that I made recently is because it could just be a script and it could be well acted. And on the offhand chance that it's real, supporting both channels will help self-care get her money faster, even if she's having a hard time finding it, which I hope she doesn't, if it is real on the offhand chance. You know. And I felt like I attacked Jesse and that video was just too one-sided, and you know, on the offhand chance it's a really well written script, then you know, it makes me look like a huge ass because I'm like, oh, you're falling for it, you know. I mean, some of the YouTubers I watch, they bring a presence to the camera that makes them watchable, you know, and that's fair. The thing about being a YouTuber, though, is you don't always see what's off camera. Sometimes when people make YouTube videos, they just capture a moment in time. You know, I feel like the last two videos I made were pretty awesome. I introduced a drink combination, gave a couple shout outs, very positive party vibe to these two videos. Drink combination and then drink combination part 2. Drank some Bird Dog peach whiskey mixed with Green Monster energy drink, and oof, it was good. Now people have seen me drink enough of that red wine that they know how to open it. It's not that difficult. Take the cork and you screw it into the middle of the cork all the way down. Unscrew it halfway and screw it back down into place and repeat that step twice. And then push it back down in. It'll create a solid hole all the way through your cork. And keep screwing it in the same direction you turned it in the first place. And then as you keep turning it in that same direction, gravity will naturally slide the cork out. You notice that when you screw a cork in there, a corkscrew in there, try to pull it out, it's tight. So giving it a couple turns this way and that will loosen it up and you won't break the bottle or the cork. And it just opens your corked wine a little bit cleaner. It takes a little bit longer, but patience is a virtue. I was blown away by how fast the wands sold out. That's most definitely what's up. Like, I don't smoke a whole cigarette one sitting. And usually if I do smoke in here, it's only to be on camera for the most part. But I don't like leaving my cigarette butts outside, so there's times I'll put them in my pocket and then stick them in my ashtray so that way I got pipe tobacco. There's no ashtray outside, so the cigarette butts are just getting flicked everywhere. And even as a smoker, I'm just like, dude, whenever I see a place that's got cigarette butts laying everywhere, to me it looks trashy. And even though I'm a cigarette smoker, I'm just kind of like, eh. And most places would have an ashtray outside for that kind of thing, so that way they're not just being littered all over the ground. But then you get these idiots who put trash in the ashtrays, and that shit triggers me. In public places, I'm like, the trash can is literally 4 feet in front of the ashtray, and these fucking schmucks are too goddamn lazy to take 4 extra steps and put their trash in the fucking trash can. So they'll fill their ashtray up with trash and cause a huge fucking fire hazard. People gotta dump water in the ashtray now because they don't want it to catch fire. It's just like, get out of here with that shit. Because you think even in a cigarette butt, all the tobacco has been smoked. Well, if you pinch it, much like pinching the last piece of meat out of a shrimp's tail, you can get a small pinch of tobacco and you fill your pipe up with it when you're low on pipe tobacco, and there you go. It's a great way to make sure you're not wasting your tobacco and also that your cigarette butts are put out and you're not causing a fire. I mean, worst comes to worst, you open the window and it's not going to linger. It's going to get sucked out instantly. And, you know, just because I got the window open doesn't mean I'm smoking in here like a chimney, you know. Especially with the weather getting warmer, that breeze feels nice. Yeah, I'll be getting a shop vacuum and a lathe here soon. And the shop vac will be nice because I'll be able to vacuum my apartment again. I won't be sweeping up the carpet to pick it up, which works to a degree, but it doesn't do a thorough job, and having a working vacuum cleaner would be more preferable. But I care about my apartment. That's why when my vacuum cleaner that I have now is broken and doesn't work, and the only way to clean the floor is to sweep it, it's better than just leaving it there to pile up and get more disgusting. And sometimes life throws you a goddamn curveball. Your vacuum cleaner breaks when you can't afford to replace it. And it's been like that for a hot minute, but things are starting to look up a little bit, you know. It's just how you perceive life, I guess, dude. My wand business is a booming success. And I'm not always vocal on what I spend my wand money on. You might see me spending on a couple pizzas here and there, but you know, you don't see what supplies I buy, you know. You might get a glimpse of it here and there if I'm making a wand video, but Also, subscribe to health channels on YouTube because they offer tips for a healthier life. Self-care spelled with a K, of course, on the word care, is one of those channels. And on the offhand chance that it's not a skit that's been well acted and she actually needs help, then that'll show her some support and help her get some YouTube money going, which might not be the whole amount, but you know, But I didn't want to come off as one-sided on that particular situation. That's why I deleted my McJuggernuggets messed up video. Because on the offhand chance it's a well-acted skit, it's going to make me look stupid and like, oh, you're just attacking this person for giving everyone a clever rouse. Like, you know. And on the offhand chance that it's real, instead of just attacking one person and being like, yeah, you know. I don't know. That's the thing about having autism is you can't tell if people are being serious or if they're just messing around, you know. And when you're a YouTuber, you don't see what goes on off camera. And I try to help promote the YouTubers that I mainly watch. I'll give them shout outs in videos, you know. If I'm doing a food review, like a food challenge or a food hack that I haven't done before, you know, I'll give food reviewers a shout out because it helps their channel grow. And that's how YouTube as a community needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't like someone's videos, then don't watch. You know, it doesn't do you any good to hate on someone's channel just because you don't like their content. Albeit some of the content that I watch is a little weird, but some of it's kind of entertaining, and some of the shit they post on YouTube's kind of cool because you learn something new. It can be educational as well as entertaining. But when people under a certain age, like when people who are 10 and under want to start a YouTube channel, I'm just like, I would not recommend it. You want to watch YouTube, go right ahead, I guess, but starting a channel is a lot of work, and if you're doing it just for fun, you know, you're still going to get hate, whether you're doing it just for fun or doing it seriously. And most kids are getting bullied in school, as is, so they're not exactly conditioned to be dealing with 10 times the harassment on social media. They make a video reviewing ice cream or reviewing a chip or reviewing some sort of soda pop, and people comment on what a fat ass they are for eating it, and they could be perfectly healthy. They just, you know, trying to create content for the internet to watch, good, clean, healthy family fun, and they get attacked for it, you know. It sucks, but that's the nature of the YouTube game. And that's the nature of harassment on social media. Is trolls don't give a shit if you're some 10-year-old drinking a A&W root beer and doing a review on it. You know, they'll attack you regardless of the facts. And it didn't take me long to realize that. When I'm getting picked on social media, I'm like, man, how the are they going to be like that? And then I look and I see other people that are more famous than me getting ripped on twice as hard, and I'm just like, you know, when you're dealing with YouTube, the thing you have to realize is that you're not alone. You know, there's always someone to talk to on this website, and YouTube is growing as a website. The features change when they're inconvenient, and it might take you a little while to figure out the new algorithm of how the website works. But outside of that, you know, YouTube will sit there and say, welcome to YouTube. You have the right to a harassment free experience. If you're being harassed, report it to a YouTube authority figure and we'll deal with it. But as we all know, the system for reporting bullies on YouTube is really not that effective. The worst they can do is delete a channel from the website. And that doesn't stop the person from creating 10 more accounts just to fuck with the same person. And you think to yourself, okay, it takes about 10 seconds to create a YouTube account. It takes about 2 seconds to report somebody for being a douche, and takes YouTube about maybe 3 to 4 seconds to respond to it and determine whether or not that person's account should be deleted. And then the cycle repeats. And you think to yourself, anybody who's that obsessed with fucking with somebody needs to get a life, because that's just sad. I don't care who you're picking on, whether it's me or somebody else. If you don't like someone's YouTube content, why are you watching? There's a lot of YouTubers I don't like, but they have just as much right to use this website as I do. So, and that's really fair use of the internet, as they would say. That line borders pretty quickly, especially when people are using the internet specifically to bully and harass people. You look at websites like 4chan and Reddit. There's bad taste in my mouth. Hold on a second. 4chan and Reddit are literally the cancers of the internet. These websites are used to primarily bully people, but they have been used in the past for good. And when people try to report accounts on 4chan or Reddit for bullying, quite often the reports go ignored or just denied or what have you, because these websites are protected under this law called freedom of expression. So there's this invisible line. If you don't cross it, then they don't delete your accounts on websites like Reddit. If you don't reveal people's personal address, you don't threaten to hurt somebody or do bodily harm, or you don't operate or sell illegal activity on said websites, then your account doesn't get deleted. But calling somebody a F blah 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 blah, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, it's not really that considered that big of a deal. Even though when you go to Reddit or 4chan or YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, people will swear on you that they get the same message. Welcome to you have the right to a harassment-free experience. But depending on the website, most of the time, it's never really handled properly. It's just swept underneath the rug. And this gives people who use the internet a bit of power, but not much. Not much. but just enough to where they can exploit the loopholes. Just enough to where they can exploit the loopholes. And when they do that, trust and believe, that's how people are able to get away with bullying on social media, because a lot of people are going to say, okay, they're able to create these accounts pretending to be you, but if they don't post videos, then you can't technically flag it as stealing your content or impersonation, because they don't put videos on their channel. They're just rogue troll accounts. It could be anyone. And YouTube doesn't want to fucking deal with the absurdity of that kind of bullying. They're more concerned about the serious, more offensive bullying where people's lives are in danger because there's that much hate on the internet. Which I can respect that. While it's irritating that people impersonate my account and comment stupid shit, I can see why YouTube and other social media websites take certain forms of bullying more seriously. Now, in order to flag someone's YouTube account as impersonation, they have to put videos on their account. That's why YouTube can say, well, blah, blah, blah. When people impersonate your account, it's a pain in the ass to prove that they're impersonating your account, and that needs to be taken down. They need a legit reason as to why this account should be removed. Now, as an example, people would create accounts like Josh's Tricketeria, and they take a picture of my hairline as the profile pic, and then they comment stupid shit on my channel like, "You're going bald, you autistic loser," and shit like that. And I'm like, dude, that's some like 4th grade childish bullshit. If anything, that shit motivates me to not pick out my hair. So thank you to all my trolls for making fun of my Tricketeria over the years. That's motivated me not to pick. You know, sometimes you gotta let your biggest haters become your biggest motivators. And people have talked shit on me over the years, and I just sat there and took it. Occasionally I peek on the Reddit page just because I'm bored, because I want to laugh at all the idiots talking shit. A couple comments do stick out. The people who support me are like, man, how does he fucking do it, dude? That's just messed up. These people are fucking sick in the head. You think these people just shit in a diaper and sit in front of the computer all goddamn day waiting for me to post, waiting for me to post a video so they can dislike it. Got the King Cobra. Kind of shit. Looking like fucking Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings. Sitting in their fucking mom's basement like, oh, I'm a keyboard warrior. With the stereotype that trolls live in their mom's basement, that's a common stereotype. Not every troll lives in their mom's basement. Some of these people have very successful lives. They're just bored and looking for entertainment and picking on people for a couple laughs. I mean, yeah, there's a line that people shouldn't cross, but where does that line draw, you know? It depends on how people handle the situation, because some people overreact. You call someone a poopy face, like, oh, you smell like farts and you're a poopy face, and people come unglued like, fuck you, you piece of shit, and they go on this 10-minute spew about how you're a piece of shit for saying that. It doesn't matter how funny your insult is. You know, the fact that you went on and gave that person a paragraph on why they're a piece of shit because you want to make yourself sound smart. They clearly got to you. So when I'm dealing with trolls and they come at me with this juvenile bullshit, I leave my responses short, and quite often I'll ignore the comments or block the people who harass me if it gets real bad. Because I'm not going to let these losers get to me. I refuse. Who amongst us can say they haven't been bullied or picked on at some point in their life? Exactly my point. I mean, I'm not staying up like stupid late. Well, this is pretty stupid late for most people, but like on the real note, I'm not staying up drinking a whole fucking bottle of wine. I'm having one glass before passing out. That's not a bad thing. Now, here's the thing, if you want to attract the ladies in a Western civilization, here's how you do it. Who gives a shit if they check you out? Just do your thing. Relax, chill, be somewhat social. Try not to be too creepy, you know. I mean, for me, that's kind of. If I had $1,000 every time I got called a creeper, I'd be a rich son of a bitch. And most women just judge me because I got a serious face and I dress goth and I'm autistic. But then turn around and complain because society judges women. Well, I don't even have to say it. I just pretty much said it right there. I respect women even if they don't respect me. Some chick coming unglued at you and you did nothing to deserve it. You just minding your own business. People are like that, man. They just, for whatever fucking reason, they feel like they gotta insert their opinion. I mean, even when the opinion doesn't matter. See, when I insert my opinion, I try to have some thought behind it, have it make some relative sense, have a purpose behind it. I'm not just bitching and complaining because I hate society's bullcrap. You know, I try to have some logic behind this. Like when I'm bitching about double standards, you know, I see the way women and men get treated. Men and women get treated like crap because of this shit, and I examine the double standards to a deeper meaning to the point where it annoys the fuck out of people. People just accept double standards at face value, depending on what sex you are. If you're a male and you have double standards, it's just accepted. If you're a female and there's double standards, women are allowed to fight for gender equality, men aren't. And that's just an unfair double standard. If women fight for gender equality, they get what they want. If men try to fight for it, they get told, shut the fuck up and suck it up, buttercup. I'm not complaining because women have had less rights and I feel like a dick for complaining. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, you know, women who fight for gender equality should understand how that feels. To be told, no, you're not good enough. To be told, shut up, your opinion doesn't matter. And sometimes when you're a male, that's exactly what you encounter. And that's just the fucking God's honest truth, man. If men are having a hard time understanding women and vice versa, there you fucking go. Hashtag truth. Some women get told, well, your opinion doesn't matter because you have boobs. Some men get told, well, your opinion doesn't matter because you have a penis between your legs. Pretty much the same fucking concept. Oh, don't start bitching about double standards, you fucking feminist. Screw you. People get tired of me bitching about double standards. I get tired of the way people are treated. Maybe when I was younger, I would have bullied you if I didn't like you and you harassed me, but I'm much older and much wiser. You bully me and harass me, I'm likely to ignore you, but if you get a little too personal with it, I'm gonna fucking say something. And if you don't like what I have to say, then screw you. You started it, I finished it. You think that sounds childish? You think that sounds childish? And yeah, it sounds pretty fucking childish, but most of the crap people do is fucking childish. I mean, fuck, people get offended just by being offended anymore. PC culture is now considered offensive because you can't make jokes. It's 2019. Fuck out of here with that. People are too goddamn sensitive. Oh, you can't say the word retard. That's politically incorrect. Why? Because you want to give more power to the bullies? Fuck that. Someone calls me a retard, I'm like, thanks for noticing. Thanks for noticing. I know a lot of awesome people that are retarded, and it makes us all special. Because it makes us all gifted, handy, capable individuals. You want to sit there and talk shit? That's your loss, dude. You can make awesome friends and gain new perspectives on life. But you want to be a judgmental little shit? You want to be a judgmental little shit? Then that's your loss, dude. Life is too short to be judgmental. I'll drink to that. This apothic dark red, though. Oh. I got a crazy ass pie. A crazy ass meat pie. I'm gonna make later to go with some French fries. But we're gonna make French fries first. Maybe make a plate of French fries, and then add some to a pie and save some to review. Or maybe save some for a pie, and then freaking do like a review. Yeah, like a meat and potato pie kind of deal. I got ingredients and ideas to start spinning in my head for cooking videos I could post on YouTube of recipes that are simple and easy enough to make. Yeah. And I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but we're going to throw it together and try anyways, kind of, yeah. And sometimes when you're in life trying to survive, you don't have much. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not like stupid rich. I'm not even middle class, I'm poor, but I'm not like stupid poor, so it could be worse. I make money when I can. You know, I've heard a lot of people talk about different perspectives from where they come from and how they're doing, and it puts shit into perspective. It's not as bad as it could be. But I feel like everyone has the right to complain because getting it off your chest feels good, doesn't it? When you confide in a person you trust or a friend and just blow off steam and just let it all out, feels good, doesn't it? Oof. This caller kicks ass, but I'm gonna pass out soon anyway, so might as well just take this off now. Oh. However, I might need to get some cheese if I'm gonna do a meat and potato pie. If I do a meat and potato pie, I want to put some cheese in there, so it's, you know what I'm saying? Shit, excuse me. Or I could do a crazy random pizza that's just next level fuckery. You want to see a next level pizza? Actually, you know what? Instead of doing a meat and potato pie, let's make it into a pizza. Shit. I'm gonna have to get like a couple extra ingredients to make it happen, but I just got a major deja vu feeling. Tomorrow, if I got this, what I tomorrow, I'm gonna do a little bit of shopping, and I got some ingredients, or later on, I should say, and I want to make a pizza pie in the literal sense of it's a meat and potato pie. It's a meat and potato pie with cheese and pizza toppings. And people are going to look at it and go, okay, that's just weird looking. Some people might look at it and go, that looks good, I'd eat it. And some people might go, that's just weird, why would you make that? And if you made like homemade French fries and stuck it in the middle of that meat and potato pie and had that as the potatoes, I start kind of crafting different ideas for recipes and not giving any general details of what I'm going to make, like anything too specific, but coming up with food that's cheap and delicious and easiest to make. But I'm definitely going to want to get some bacon, some pepperonis, some cheese, and one other thing that I need. Maybe some beef if I can swing it. Some bacon, some beef, some cheese, and some pepperonis. Some chips. I don't like asking for money if I can help it because I don't like receiving help, even though it's appreciated. Nobody likes asking for help. It makes us feel weak, like we're not good enough. And that's not the attitude to have. Don't beg for help, but don't be afraid to ask for it when you need it. But the only thing that I ask is if you receive help when you need it, you help somebody else when they need it. You return the favor to somebody else. Just because it's the right thing to do, not because you expect anything out of it. And you'd be amazed at what the effect of that, in which I speak of, has on the community around you. You make an effort to help somebody when they need it, just because it's the right thing to do, and offer them help if they need it, that kind of thing. It spreads, it's infectious. What if I took a graham cracker crust and made a meat and potato pizza pie with it? Would that be some next level or would that be some next level I'm just saying, that's the kind of shit that I got going through my crazy head. Like crazy food ideas. I've had brown sugar with mozzarella cheese. I put it on a couple of my burgers. crisp brown sugar and graham cracker crust. So I don't think this would necessarily be a bad thing, but I also think people would look at it and go, isn't that a bit much, man? That's when you look at them and go, no, no. You want to see a bit much? I'll show you a bit much. But tonight's been an excellent night for me. 2019 got off to a rough start, but it's starting to look a little bit better. Never be greedy, always be humble. It's more than just, okay, you have an idea for what you want to make, but constructing it so that when you cut a slice out, you can just scoop it out and eat it and it stays together, that kind of thing. And if I do decide, if I can pull it off in a couple hours, I'll be posting like 1 to 2 cooking videos tomorrow or a couple of hours. And, yep. Doing a meat and potato pizza pie and some homemade french fries. And that's the thing of it, is I try to come up with recipes that no one else is doing and make up my own. And a lot of people can respect that originality, but a lot of people hate it. Like, why the fuck would you put cherry cardinal chocolates on a burger? That's just unhealthy and gross. Because I can. And because fans are sending me boxes of chocolate covered cherries, I don't want them to go to waste, so I'll use them on a burger because they send them to me. And I don't ask them to, they just do. You know how YouTube fans are if you're famous enough. Your fans are awesome. That's the thing of it. If you're famous enough on YouTube, fuck the trolls. Focus on your fans. That's real talk. From somebody who's been doing YouTube for years, that's real talk. But the tricky thing about YouTube is sometimes people pretend to be your biggest fan just so they can talk shit about you behind your back. Much like shallow fucks in real life, and it sucks. And when you encounter that kind of thing, you can't let that affect your algorithm. You can't let that affect your outlook on the YouTube game. I was sipping on some wines, thinking ideas out loud. I'm like, dude, hold on a second. Shit, excuse me. I want cooking that's creative, original, and next level. That's where I try to go for. And occasionally zany, random, and gross and crazy. Because people are gonna be looking at some of the weird shit that I come up with and go, that just looks gross, dude. Come on. So it's occasionally it's good to get a recipe in there that's original and looks good on camera. I got microwave pork grinds. I got these spicy Hers jalapeno cheese puffs. They're not gender specific. It's just the name of the company. It's spelled with two R's. I had a couple earlier. They're pretty good. I tried it with a couple drops of that hot sauce of mine, and holy shit. A feeling of sinus relief when you eat spicy food. It's one of nature's natural highs. Yes, you can get high from eating spicy food. That's no bullshit. But it has to be stupid hot. Your endorphins kick off. And if it's just spicy enough, you hallucinate. You'll see a heat wave like you're in a desert. It's some surreal shit. Now, the benefits to eating spicy food, it clears out your sinuses when you're sick, keeps you warm in the winter, keeps the mosquitoes away in the summer. The mosquitoes are going to smell that hot sauce in your blood. They're going to be like, nope, I'm not biting this son of a bitch. They also have these incense swirls that you can light to keep mosquitoes away from your campsite. They look like stove coils, but they're made out of an incense-like material. You light them, and it burns slowly, ever so slowly. It doesn't stink by any means, but when you get these sons of bitches that I described, it literally does what it says it's going to do. It's a mosquito and bug repellent. The swirls are on these like little metal prongs, and like you stick it on a rock somewhere and light it. You let the smoke billow and swirl. Keep it near your campsite, and I guarantee you, the bugs ain't gonna f with you. I forget what they're called, bug repellent something something, but older generation might know what I'm talking about. Yeah, some of you going, that takes me back. One of my friends that's an older generation showed me that one time, and I was like, dude, that's cool shit. That's way more effective than bug spray. Huh. And with the weather getting warmer, camping season is just around the corner. Oh, of course, I had that drink combination earlier, and I didn't drink the whole fucking bottle. I shared it with a couple of people. And, yeah. Let me tell you something slick. If you get drunk and you're all over the place emotionally, you shouldn't get drunk. Nobody likes an emotional drunk. Nobody likes a violent drunk. Nobody likes a drunk that forgets a conversation they've had 10 minutes ago. Which that third one's not as bad as the other two. If the worst that happens when you drink is you forget the conversation that happened 10 minutes ago and you turn into a smart ass, then okay, hey, nothing wrong with that. But if you're somebody who drinks and you become violent and overly emotional, you shouldn't drink. Because nothing's a bigger buzzkill than somebody who gets violent and or overly emotional when they drink. It's just like, I sold some wands on April 20th and they literally sold out in 1 day flat. So that's most definitely what's up. I got those wands in the mail earlier. So they're on their way to some very lucky and very happy customers. One person commented that they were going to do a unboxing video for their Instagram. I'm looking forward to hearing back from that. Hopefully they like what they see, and I have a good feeling that they will. Yeah, I've seen some of the reviews on my wands, and people claiming to achieve real magic with them. And it's kind of hard to argue with reviews like that, where they're positive and very supportive. People have channeled, some people are going to be more gifted with it than others. And even if you're not gifted with magic, it's still a awesome display of holdable artwork to an extent, yes. But I think when I get the lathe, that's going to make things very nice. Yeah. I'm not going to be drinking heavily before using the lathe. That's just stupid. But I'm just saying, that's going to make the ones very nice. Even nicer than they already are. Like, you don't even know. I got a formula. Yeah. One thing I've noticed walking around town is a lot of the Casper women recognize me from my YouTube when they're like, that's a sexy goth dude, and or that goth dude knows how to treat the ladies. And if those are the two general assumptions coming out of women's mouth here in town, I'm alright with that. Even if I'm single, I do not care. It's better to make a good impression on women than it is to try to get laid. And that's the biggest thing that most men don't realize. It's more important to make a good impression on women than it is to try to get down their pants. And that's what most men fail to realize. I've noticed that alcohol makes me an honest and observant son of a bitch who has a silver tongue, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but some people might take offense to your brutal honesty, like, oh, this guy. I'm trying to produce cooking videos that people want to watch, and here in a couple hours, I want to make that happen, Captain. Oh, fucking hell. I made pieces on YouTube, but probably not ones like the one I'm about to make tomorrow. I could add pizza dough to it, but rather than add pizza dough to it, we'll use a graham cracker pie crust as the pizza dough. We could put like a little bit in the bottom of it on the inside to make it more, what's the word? Stable? Yeah. The concept for that cooking video is badass, but there's several ways you can do it. I'm gonna call this video Nightcap, because that seems oddly appropriate. Cheers, YouTube. That's good red wine. Last couple of sips then. My glass is empty and I am good on alcohol for the evening. Thank you for watching my Nightcap video, and I'll catch you later.